Zhou looked at the exchange and did not set the transaction content immediately. Instead, he turned on the auction function of the exchange. Through the auction function, as long as he sold goods that others desired, he could sell the goods he auctioned at a premium and obtain more profits. Then, he began to prepare to auction the goods. Among them were 1,000 books of Sandification, Black Iron Tier Elementary, Intermediate and Advanced Grade, 1,000 copies of Sandman Summoning Books, Black Iron Tier Elementary and Intermediate Grade, 500 Sandman Elite Summoning Books, Black Iron Tier Advanced Grade, 500 books of Sand Stealth, Black Iron Tier Advanced Grade, 500 copies of Summoning Wild Sand, Black Iron Tier Elementary, Intermediate and Advanced Grade, 500 Black Scorpion Poison Crossbow, Black Iron Tier Advanced Grade, 20 Antidote Formulas, Black Iron Tier Advanced Grade. He stopped after setting this up and nodded slightly, looking at these auction items. These auction items had two characteristics. Firstly, there were many of them in his hands and they were not of much use in the short term. The soldiers would not be able to exchange them all in the short term. Secondly, the monster ranches could produce these goods every day. He could save them up again after a while even if it was sold out. Other skills such as swimming mastery, water spear technique, and deep water stealth that he had obtained today were things that would be depleted. Zhou did not intend to sell them before he had other items to replace them. Then he prepared to move on. However, he added another 1,000 copies of the Sword Shield Soldier Class Change Certificates, 1,000 copies of the Poison Crossbow Soldier Class Change Certificates, and 1,000 copies of the Puteo Soldiers Class Change Certificates after hesitating. Time to sell these things. Zhou lamented. He would definitely not sell these class change certificates if it was when he was short of people in the past. He would think of a way to move non-professional subjects into Blazing Sun City and use these class change certificates to mass-produce professional soldiers after all. However, the population of his territory had already reached the upper limit. Moreover, the soldiers recruited through the recruitment books every day were enough for him for a while. Under such circumstances, these 3 class change certificates seemed a little redundant and useless. Since that was the case, he might as well sell a portion of it. There's no profit in the marketplace for low-level monster meat now. My soldiers and I do not even have enough high-level monster meat for ourselves. In the future, I'll use the class change certificates to replace monster meat and sell it to other lords. The drop rate is so low. It shouldn't be too much for me to raise the price, right? Zhou pondered for a while before he made the decision. He then set the starting price slot and auction time for each item. In the end, he also set up the contents of the hidden auction. He would announce what he wanted to auction 2 hours later, when the auction officially began. Then he announced the auction. There's still 1 hour, 59 minutes and 59 seconds before the auction begins. Time was ticking away. Then he opened the World Channel. After some thought, he started typing, "Lord of the Blazing Sun, Glory of the Pioneer, I will hold an online auction at the marketplace in 2 hours. This online auction will auction a large number of valuable goods, all of which can help the lords increase the probability of passing the Novice Lord test. Lord of the Blazing Sun, Glory of the Pioneer, I don't be in a hurry to leave after the auction ends. I will also give 10 lucky gifts to random 10 lucky auctioneers. You can participate in the lucky draw as long as you participate in the auction and buy something. Lord of the Blazing Sun, Glory of the Pioneer, lastly, I hope that all the lords can pass tomorrow's Novice Lord test. Survive even if you cannot pass the test. Lord of the Blazing Sun, Glory of the Pioneer, I'm heading off. See you in 2 hours." The chat flooded Zhou's messages after he sent them. However, many lords still saw it. These lords spread the news like wildfire. More and more lords got to know about Zhou's auction, coupled with the news of the auction at the marketplace. The World Channel was also in a heated discussion. This is the first time I've seen Big Boss Blazing Sun say so many words. I have to quickly take a screenshot to commemorate. I am not rereading Big Boss Blazing Sun's messages again. Sunder emoji. I see an onset comment every time I refresh the page. I'm hugging Big Brother Blazing Sun's thigh. I saw Big Boss Blazing Sun's auction. Why are all the auction items hidden? Isn't this just tantalizing everyone to have a look? Can you tell me what the lucky gift is? Big Boss Blazing Sun, the Dragon Lady Lord has already established the Dragon Blood Alliance. You should build one too. Can I reserve a seat in the Lord Alliance created by the Lord of the Blazing Sun? Fuck. Auction? I've been blacklisted. Can I participate in the auction? What do you think? Fortunately, I'm not a keyboard warrior on the World Channel. There are still 2 hours left. It's so unbearable. I smell a profiteer. Zhou took a few glances and stopped. With his reputation, 2 hours was enough for these lords to inform the other lords that he was holding an auction. He turned off the World Channel and thought about what else he had not done. I almost forgot to try the dark water mystic technique. Zhou quickly thought of this and went to the bathtub in the bathroom and filled it with warm water. He took off his clothes and circulated the dark water mystic technique while stepping into the bathtub. Right on the heels of that, his entire body submerged into the water. Please do not imitate if you do not have the dark water mystic technique. In the beginning, he felt very uncomfortable and subconsciously wanted to hold his breath. He always wanted to pop his head out of the bathtub to breathe. However, he realized that even if he held his breath and shut his mouth, he did not feel suffocated in the water. This was because his skin seemed to have a breathing function when he circulated the dark water mystic technique, allowing him to absorb the oxygen in the water and staying in the water for a long time. Moreover, when he circulated the dark water mystic technique, he could still feel wisps of cool energy seeping into his body from the surrounding water, strengthening his physique and increasing the total amount of promotion energy in his body. At the same time, the green bronze tier intermediate grade skill deep water heal also quietly took effect. Wisps of water elemental energy surged into his body, repairing some minor injuries. These minor injuries were usually not noticeable. However, it would also produce serious injuries over time if it accumulated too much. At this moment, the deep water heal was slowly removing this potential damage and helping him resolve future hidden dangers. In the following period of time, under the dual effects of the dark water mystic technique and deep water heal, Zhou felt as comfortable as if he was having a massage. An hour and a half later, Zhou walked out of the bathtub. He felt that he was far from the limit that he could breathe underwater, but the auction was about to start in half an hour, so he came out early. He changed into a new set of clothes and returned to the living room after wiping his body. A voice came from outside. "I've something to report, my lord. Zhang Kaishan/Zhang Dehu requests an audience." Their voices came from outside. Zhou was stunned. Then he let the two of them in. "I've something to report, my lord. We've already sold all of Kunt's businesses." After Zhang Kaishan and Zhang Dehu entered, they first greeted Zhou before immediately reporting respectfully. "Already? How's the sale?" Zhou was a little surprised and asked. "We sold Kunt's slave source route, his customer source, the slaves of the people of foreign races, and other permanent residences to other slave vendors. In addition, there are some assets in Fish Springtown and the wealth of the other bases. After exchanging all of them for high-level mist cores, we obtained a total of 20 yellow gold tier mist cores. Also, we did as you requested and removed all human slaves from slavery, the slave contracts in their bodies, and let them go. However, there are still more than 2,000 slaves who are unwilling to leave. Or rather, they have no place to go. We also followed your request and brought them back to Desolate City, making them subjects of Desolate City. They are very well behaved," Zhang Kaishan said respectfully. Then, he solemnly took out a small cloth bag and placed it in front of Zhou. Zhou took it and opened it. Inside were 20 yellow gold tier mist cores. Zhou nodded slightly. He had indeed instructed them this way before he left Desolate City. It seemed that these two people were quite capable. They were especially efficient. It only took a day to sell Kunt's organization. This was not something an ordinary person could do. "Well done. Are there any talents among these 2,000 people?" Zhou asked. "There are more than 50 black iron tier and green bronze tier life professionals," Zhang Kaishan said respectfully. "They will stay in your Desolate City for the time being. Your Desolate City will be of great use soon." Run the place well now. In the future, there will be times where you can showcase your talents, he said. Zhang Kaishan and Zhang Dahu were a little excited. Was he putting them in an important position? Yes, my lord. The two of them said respectfully and led the way. Zhou Zhou acknowledged. Then he suddenly thought of a problem. Will tomorrow's Novice Lord test affect the subsidiary territory of Desolate City? He frowned as he thought. At this moment, a line of golden words suddenly appeared in front of him. Novice Lord Special Notification. The Novice Lord test is only targeted at the Lord's initial territory. Zhou Zhou heaved a sigh of relief. That's good. He would not be able to deploy soldiers if the Novice Lord test targeted both territories at the same time. Zhou Zhou did not have so many worries if it was only targeted at Blazing Sun City. It was fine as long as he waited for the test in Blazing Sun City. After that, Zhou Zhou chatted with the two of them about the future arrangements of Desolate City before letting them return. As for the 1,000 soldiers in Desolate City, he had no intention of transferring them here. He had already made sufficient preparations for the Novice Lord test. It would not be very useful even if these 1,000 soldiers were transferred back here. They might as well stay in Desolate City and guard his subsidiary territory. More than 15 minutes later, Zhou Zhou opened the marketplace and realized that the auction was about to officially begin in a minute. More than a minute later, the auction officially began. At the same time, a line of text appeared in front of all the lords of Cerulean Planet who were paying attention to this auction. Do you wish to participate in the Lord of the Blazing Suns auction? Yes. No, most of the lords on Cerulean Planet chose yes. Then they entered a virtual auction room. In 3 minutes, the auction will officially begin. Please wait patiently. On the upper right corner of the auction room interface, there was also the number of people online at the same time. At this time, the number of people online was rapidly increasing. Number of people online, 545,411,154. Number of people online, 854,865,245. Number of people online, 2,275,413,001. Number of people online, 3,515,727,541. When the 3-minute preparation time ended. Number of people online, 5,645,127,788. Everyone who saw this number was stunned. Our Cerulean Planet only has a total population of 10.2 billion, right? Excluding the infants and elderly, there are only more than 8 billion lords, right? Oh my god! More than half of the Cerulean Planet lords have come to participate in the Lord of the Blazing Suns auction. Big Boss Blazing Sun's face is really big. This should be the first big event for the human lords of Cerulean Planet, right? Witnessing history. Witnessing history +1. Witnessing history +10,010. Witnessing history +10,086. Zhou Zhou also saw the number of lords. He clicked his tongue. However, he did not feel nervous or guilty because of this. At this stage, he felt that the things he took out were of good quality. At the very least, he would not lose face in front of these 5.6 billion auctioneers. It was just that the number of items was too little compared to the huge number of auctioneers. However, Zhou Zhou knew that he had no choice. How could a lord like him satisfy the auction requirements of all the lords of Cerulean Planet? This auction depends on who is faster and offers a higher price. He thought with emotion. At the same time, as the auction officially began, the auction items set up by Zhou Zhou also appeared in front of all the lords. So many skill books. There are also potion formulas. Sword Shield Soldier Class Change Certificates. Pudeo Soldiers Class Change Certificates. Poison Crossbow Soldier Class Change Certificates. There's such a thing as a class change certificate. This is my first time hearing about the class change certificate. Me too. Has Big Boss Blazing Sun already made contact with some large faction? Otherwise, why would there be so many class change certificates? Could it be the spoils of War of the Fog Monster? I heard that there are some special monsters that have a chance of dropping this class change certificate, but the probability is ridiculously low. I've only seen it 2 or 3 times in the marketplace. Forget it. The Mist Core would definitely drop 1 item at a time after defeating the fog monsters. It is nearly impossible for other items to drop. These class change certificates must have been obtained by the Lord of the Blazing Sun from a local faction. Aren't monsters only able to drop Mist Cores? Everyone, stay away from this unlucky guy. Stop talking nonsense. The auction has begun. I'm here for a lucky gift. Just as the lords were discussing, the first batch of items had also appeared. Information on the items auctioned were as follows. Name: Sandification Skillbook, Black Iron Tier Elementary Grade, X10. Starting bid: 1,000 Black Iron Tier Mist Cores. Current auction price: none. Bidding time: 1 minute. Current status: auction in progress. The other 9 groups also had the same 10 Black Iron Tier Elementary Grade skill books. Sandification. The lords immediately scrambled to bid when they saw the official auction begin. A minute later, the auction ended. The condition of the items immediately changed. Name: Sandification Skillbook, Black Iron Tier Elementary Grade, X10. Starting bid: 1,000 Black Iron Tier Mist Cores. Current bidding price: 4,300 Black Iron Tier Mist Cores. Bidding time: 1 minute. Current status: auction over. The other 9 sandification skills were also sold at a price. Zhou did some calculations and could not help but click his tongue. Just these 100 low-grade Black Iron Tier Elementary Grade skill books, sandification, had brought him 42,000 Black Iron Tier Mist Cores. Could be exchanged for 42 yellow Gold Tier Mist Cores. This ordinary Black Iron Tier Elementary Grade sandification skill book had raised its value to a level that did not belong to it. Should he just auction them every day in the future? Zhou could not help but think. However, he quickly dismissed this idea. That which is rare is dear. The reason why it could be sold for such a high price this time was mainly because this was the first auction. Moreover, tomorrow was the Novice Lord test. Under such circumstances, the lords no longer cared about the price in order to increase their strength. That was why they were auctioned at such a high price. It would be difficult to auction for such a price again when there was no such good opportunity in the future. If he insisted on holding the auction, it would also give people the impression that he was insatiable. The gains would not make up for the losses. Zhou glanced at the auctioneer of the first set of goods. He realized that there was a name called 7-Leaf Clover Lord Alliance written on the auctioneer column. So it was bought by the Lord Alliance. No wonder they could offer so many mist cores. Zhou came to a realization. Then, he looked at the names of the other auctioneers. They realized that the auctioneers' names they used were the names of certain alliances. Zhou was deep in thought. The establishment of the Lord Alliance indirectly increased the purchasing power of these lords unexpectedly. This was naturally a good thing for him. After that, he continued to watch the auction. An hour and a half later, the auction officially ended. All 7,020 items were sold out. Zhou looked backstage and his eyes immediately widened. Wealth earned from the auction: 11,163,200 Black Iron Tier Mist Cores. Oh my fucking god! He was completely stunned. Zhou was shocked. There were so many Black Iron Tier Mist Cores. If they were all exchanged for higher-level Mist Cores, it was enough to convert to 1,116 White Platinum Tier Mist Cores. He remembered the last time he talked to Elder Zhao about building a high-level building. Elder Zhao said that if he wanted to build a high-level building, he had to have a high-level Mist Core. This made him, who was short of funds at that time, dispel his thoughts. However, now that there were so many Mist Cores, he could at least build a few White Platinum Tier lifestyle structures. Zhou could not help but open the auction record. He might have watched the entire auction, however, there were more than 7,000 items being auctioned. He did not notice which items had been sold for a high price. He had found the main items that had sold for the most Black Iron Tier Mist Cores. It was the 3,000 class change certificates. The initial auction price that Jojo had set for the Sword Shield Soldier Class Change Certificates and Puteo Soldiers Class Change Certificates was 500 Black Iron Tier Mist Cores. In the end, the auctioneers forcefully raised their price to about 2,000 Black Iron Tier Mist Cores. Therefore, the 2,000 basic military profession change certificates alone sold more than 4 million Black Iron Tier Mist Cores. As for the Poison Crossbow Soldier Class Change Certificate, it was a low-level class change certificate and a long-range soldier. Its starting price was 1,000 Black Iron Tier Mist Cores. After a round of bidding, it directly became 4,000 Black Iron Tier Mist Cores. 1,000 Poison Crossbow Soldier Class Change Certificate became another income of more than 4 million Black Iron Tier Mist Cores. Selling the class change certificates is much more profitable than selling monster flesh. Jojo sighed. Actually, thinking about it, the reason why it could be sold for such a high price was not only because the auction price had been raised. The class change certificate's advantage was also very important. A class change certificate could not only allow an ordinary person to directly become a Black Iron Tier elementary grade soldier profession, but it would also give them a set of corresponding soldier standard equipment and EXP after all. If they nurtured the soldiers well, it was not impossible for them to become the pillar of the territory in the future. It was also a commodity with great investment prospects. Coupled with the survival pressure of the Novice Lord test, it was not strange for them to be sold for such a high price. Jojo looked at how many job change books he had. In the end, he realized that he still had 1,854 copies of the Sword Shield Soldier Class Change Certificates, 1,010 copies of the Puteo Soldiers Class Change Certificates, and 2,023 copies of the Poison Crossbow Soldier Class Change Certificates. Moreover, the monster ranches would continuously increase their numbers in the future. I'll sell some every day from now on. Jojo was satisfied. The auction was not over yet. The lords who were still in the auction room were all talking about letting Jojo choose the lucky auctioneer to send the lucky gift. Jojo did not hesitate. He started typing, "Lord of the Blazing Sun. Everyone, don't be anxious. Now, I would like to invite all the auctioneers who have won the auction item to post on the public screen. The Lord of the Blazing Sun is so handsome. I will set the rules so that the auctioneers can post comments. Then I will turn on the screenshot of the live broadcast. The 10 auctioneers who are in the screenshot will receive 10 lucky gifts." Many lords immediately spoke. What? You're abusing your power for personal gain, right? I didn't expect you to be someone like that, Lord of the Blazing Sun. I thought that you would be a serious iceberg idol in reality, even though you usually don't speak. Men may not be handsome, but they must not be flirtatious, doghead. Show your face in the live stream. That's all I'm saying. Humph. Don't even think about insulting my noble character with your dirty lucky gift. The Lord spoke continuously. When Jojo saw these words, his expression did not change. He had no intention of changing his mind. I'm actually very handsome. Lord of the Blazing Sun. I will start to screenshot 10 seconds after I start the live stream. With that, he immediately activated the live stream function. However, he was not on the live stream. Instead, it was aimed at public chat. 10 seconds later. Lord of the Blazing Sun. Screenshot started. As soon as he finished speaking, a large number of Lord posts immediately appeared and were refreshed at an extremely fast speed. The Lord of the Blazing Sun is so handsome. The Lord of the Blazing Sun is so handsome. The Lord of the Blazing Sun is so handsome. The Lord of the Blazing Sun is so handsome. 10 seconds later, the live broadcast screenshot was successful. Jojo glanced at the titles of the lords. Then he raised his eyebrows. This was because he saw Dragon Lady Lord among them. She's at my auction too? Jojo smiled. He didn't care. From top to bottom, he found 10 auctioneers who had won the auction, including Dragon Lady Lord. Then, he announced them on the public chat. Lord of the Blazing Sun. These 10 lucky auctioneers. Remember to add me as a friend later. I will open the friend privileges for you and send you the lucky gifts. Lord of the Blazing Sun. Finally, I thank everyone for being willing to participate in this auction despite your busy schedules. I wish everyone a smooth passing of the Novice Lord test tomorrow. With that, he lifted the restriction that only the auctioneer could speak. The lords commented one after another. I won. I won. I didn't get it. What a pity. Lords who have received lucky gifts, can you stream the gifts later? Who sent the post? You're so good at judging people. The Dragon Lady Lord is also among the 10. Ha 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 ha. This is too dramatic. It's hard to say that it's not shady, Doghead. Big Boss Blazing Sun. Please insult me with gifts in the future. Previous poster. Where's your noble personality? Abandoned. How can a personality be more fragrant than a gift? Doghead. 10 minutes later. The auction room closed automatically. This time, the auction that had more than 5 billion lords participating officially ended. At the same time, the 10 auctioneers also added Jojo as a friend. Jojo did as he said and gave them 10 lucky red packets. In each lucky red packet, Jojo placed a set of all the auction items for this auction, but there was only one of each kind. Finally, he added a Mechanostrider, Black Iron Tier Advanced Grade. It was not on the auction list. Could be considered a small Easter egg prepared by Jojo. At this moment, the Dragon Lady Lord sent him a message. Dragon Lady Lord, it's not easy to add you as a friend. Lord of the Blazing Sun. Isn't it the same for others to add you as a friend? Laughing. Dragon Lady Lord was speechless. She had indeed turned off the friend request function. Otherwise, she would be pestered to death by the friend requests she received every day. Then, she sent another message. Dragon Lady Lord. How about we work together? Dragon Lady Lord. I have high-end combat power like the Wyvern. The reason why you are so strong should be because you have many human soldiers using your many class change certificates under you and some other advantages. Dragon Lady Lord. If you and I work together, we will be able to exchange what we need. There is a high chance that we will become Lord of all races in the future. Lord of the Blazing Sun. Then turn against each other and fight to the death for the position of the last Lord of all races. Lord of the Blazing Sun. I don't want to do such a thing. Besides, being strong among the Lords of Cerulean Planet doesn't mean that we are as strong as when facing the Lords of Myriad Races. There are countless Lords of the Myriad Races who are stronger than us humans. Even if you and I really join forces, the possibility of us getting close to the position of Lord of all races isn't high. Dragon Lady Lord, you're right, but times have changed. Even if you're very strong now, you won't be able to walk far alone in the future. Lord of the Blazing Sun. My abilities are limited. I can't work with others, nor do I have the ability to manage an entire alliance like you. All I can do is to do my best to develop my territory. Dragon Lady Lord did not say anything else. A moment later, she quietly disappeared from Jojo's friend list. People on different paths do not work together. Since they could not cooperate, they were opponents. There was no need for them to be friends. Jojo watched as his friend disappeared and fell silent. He was not silent because he had lost his good friend, Dragon Lady Lord. He was silent because of himself. He had lived 2 lives. There were still some things that had not changed even though his mentality had improved a lot. For example, he did not cultivate any organization management skills and his social skills were average. He would not take the initiative to make friends with others and expand his connections. His favorite pastime was to stay in his own world and do what he wanted. The reason why he was not like her, who raised her banner and called for the establishment of a Lord Alliance. The most important reason was indeed that he wanted to develop his territory with the 100% drop rate as the core of the legendary tier Lord talent. This was indeed the fastest way for his territory to develop currently. If he still had to establish the Lord Alliance under such circumstances and manage other lords, it would definitely take up his energy and slow down the development of his territory. Moreover, with the Lord function of the marketplace, establishing the Lord Alliance was actually not of much help to him. Another reason was that he was not good at managing people. If he really gathered a group of lords around him, the final outcome might be the other lords would complain about him if their territories did not develop well. This would harm both himself and others. He might as well focus on managing himself well instead. At this thought, Zhou suddenly realized that something was wrong with his mentality. It's okay. I'm already a lord of a territory. In the future, there will be many places to hone my managerial skills. It won't be too late to form the Lord Alliance when I have enough management EXP in the future. Zhou thought. He was not a perfect lord, but he would work hard to make himself a near-perfect lord. When he recovered from this state of mind, Zhou thought for a moment and opened Linger's chat. He wrapped a red packet and placed a set of lucky gifts inside. Then he typed in the chat to her. Lord of the Blazing Sun. A lord's own strength cannot be underestimated even though professions are very important. Otherwise, it will be over if an assassin comes and takes your head. No matter how many soldiers there are, they won't be able to save you. Lord of the Blazing Sun. You should learn all these skills in case of emergencies. Lord of the Blazing Sun. Of course, the main reason is that your big brother is in a good mood, so I gave you this red packet. Spiritual herb territory. Linger looked at the red packet sent by her brother with a blank expression. Did he send this just because he was in a good mood? She sent a message to Zhou. Thank you, big brother. Then she opened the World Channel. Spiritual Medicine Lord. How does it feel to have a big brother who gives little sister red packets whenever he is happy? It attracted a wave of envious and jealous replies. Linger laughed. At the same time, Blazing Sun City. My lord. Bao Xiuer requests an audience. Bao Xiuer's voice came from outside the door. Zhou was stunned. Then he let her in. After Bao Xiuer entered, she handed a package to Zhou with both hands. My lord. My teacher said that tomorrow is a critical day for my lord. She needs to take care of teacher Li in Fish Spring Town, so it's not convenient for her to come over. But she asked me to give these to your lordship. She said you will need it tomorrow, she said. Zhou took it curiously. Zhou opened the package and took out a set of clothes. The clothes were a mixture of sky blue and white. The surface was smooth to the touch, and there was a faint cooling feeling, as if wisps of wind were blowing on the surface of the clothes. However, it felt warm to the touch. It looked like an aristocratic outfit. Be it the patterns, decorations, or craftsmanship, it had an impeccable feeling. Zhou looked at it. A text notification appeared. Outfit name, New Wind Ceremony, Outfit grade, Green Bronze Tier Intermediate grade, Outfit effect 1, New Wind Protection. The surface of the New Wind Ceremony is engraved with the New Wind Defense engraving. It can defend against Green Bronze Tier physical and energy damage from the outside world. It can also play a certain defensive role against White Silver Tier physical and energy damage. Outfit effect 2, Beauty of the Ceremony. The New Wind Ceremony will give the wearer a different kind of aristocratic charm. All living beings who see the wearer will feel that the wearer is from an extraordinary background and express a certain amount of respect. Outfit effect 3, New Wind. The wearer can inject energy into the New Wind engravings of the New Wind Ceremony. From there, the wearer can control the power of the wind and fly for a short period of time. Current outfit completeness. May 5th, Introduction. A unique piece of equipment for New Wind's tailoring skills. It was inherited from a certain extinct country. I can actually fly? Zhou's eyes lit up. Flying would allow him to avoid many dangers. If he could fly without Nazario, then his safety in tomorrow's Novice Lord test could indeed be greatly improved. And until now, he didn't have formal attire that he could wear as a lord. This outfit with the characteristics of Beauty of the Ceremony could be used as his suit. As for New Wind's protection, it was needless to say. Its defensive effect had already surpassed many Green Bronze Tier intermediate grade defensive equipment. Even if Zhou advanced to the White Silver Tier in the future, he could still wear this outfit. This outfit is very useful to me. I will thank Teacher Zhang Li personally after everything is over tomorrow. Zhou looked at Bao Xiuer and said, My lord, you're welcome. It's good that it's useful to my lord. Bao Xiuer smiled. Zhou acknowledged. Then, the two of them chatted for a while before Bao Xiuer left. A moment later, Zhang Fugui came to tell Zhou Zhou that he had already received all the orders and goods from the subjects and was preparing to go to Fish Spring Town, which was the nearest to this place. When Zhou Zhou heard this, he felt that he had nothing to do, so he sent them outside Blazing Sun City. Be careful, Zhou Zhou reminded Zhang Fugui and the others. Rest assured, my lord. Our mysterious caravan has the supreme blessing of the supreme will. We will be absolutely safe as long as we are still walking on this high continent. Zhang Fugui said with a smile. Zhou Zhou did not say anything else. He nodded and watched them leave. On the main road, Zhang Fugui led the other 27 people and 18 carriages on the road. At this moment, a mysterious black mist appeared on their bodies. This mysterious black fog enveloped their bodies and carriages. A moment later, the mysterious black mist dissipated. This group of merchants that looked ordinary before had already undergone a huge change. Zhang Fugui and the other 28 people were all wearing black cloaks with mysterious and noble purple patterns engraved on them. If anyone could see their faces under their cloaks, they would find out that the human bodies were no longer in their cloaks. Instead, a mist that was like the starry sky was supporting their cloaks. There were 2 golden spots in the starry mist. Like eyes, they were like 2 stars staring at a distant road. The 18 carriages also changed. The eyes of the 18 horses turned golden, and their skin turned black. One could vaguely see various stars on their skin. The carriages they were pulling had also become black and purple carriages. The cushions used to cover the goods had also become black and purple cushions. A moment later, their team arrived at Fish Spring Town. When the soldiers at the city gate saw them, they subconsciously wanted to pick up their arms and question who these mysteriously dressed people were. However, an indescribable force made them give up on this thought. It also made them understand the identity of this group of people. The mysterious caravan. It was the most mysterious vendor faction in the supreme continent. They do not belong to any organization. Even the high and mighty divine kingdom factions could not take the initiative to find their whereabouts. This group of vendors was not here for war, power, or plunder. They had only one purpose. That was to complete their transaction. So, they could not be stopped. A moment later, Zhang Bowen arrived soon after receiving the news. When he arrived, the first thing he saw was the mysterious caravan that had already put out the goods and was trading with the subjects of Fish Spring Town. The eyes that flashed like stars made the experienced mayor break out in cold sweat with just a glance. However, after recalling the legend of the mysterious caravan, he calmed down again. As long as I don't provoke them, I'm safe. I didn't expect the most mysterious vendor faction in the high continent will actually appear here one day. I have to report this to His Majesty. Zhang Bowen looked at them thoughtfully. At this moment, Wang Lai, the patrol captain of Fish Spring Town, walked over quickly. Mayor, it's a little strange. I boldly went over to take a look just now. I realized that the goods they sell are all very common goods. Even if we don't do anything, the subjects and merchants will be able to consume all of their transactions. What should we do? Are we just going to watch? He asked. It's nothing strange. That's how the mysterious merchant group is. They sell everything, from the most common grain to divine artifacts rare enough for god spirits to fight over. It's normal for them to sell anything. This group of mysterious merchant has been recorded by the life forms of the world ever since there was a written historical record in the high continent. Countless years have passed. The divine kingdoms recorded in history have disappeared batch after batch. They're still there. We don't have to do anything. They will leave on their own after they sell the items they trade or discover that we don't have anything worth trading here. Don't provoke them. Don't ever provoke them. Otherwise, don't blame me for not reminding you if there are any consequences. Zhang Bowen reminded over and over again. Yes. Wang Lai broke out in cold sweat from Zhang Bowen's warning and hurriedly agreed. After that, they did not leave. Instead, they stood on the spot and looked at the group of mysterious merchant curiously. This group of people who could leave behind all kinds of legendary tier legends for countless years. Ordinary people might not even encounter it once in their lives. Now that there was this opportunity, they naturally had to take a few more glances. In the future, they would have the right to brag to others. At the same time, the news of the appearance of the mysterious merchant in the Aurora Kingdom's fish springtown also began to spread around at an astonishing speed. Elven Empire, Alanos. In the Imperial Palace. The mysterious merchant appeared near that human lord's territory? After hearing the report from Molt the astrologer, the original Elven Empress Elizariel frowned slightly. The mysterious merchant. Perhaps the kingdom-level forces didn't have a deep understanding of this group of mysterious merchant. However, as the leader of an empire-level faction, she knew much more than other life forms. She remembered it very clearly. A long time ago, there was a divine kingdom faction called Moon Hunt that wanted to obtain an incomplete Master God weapon sold by the mysterious merchant. However, they did not have enough capital to buy it, so they became greedy and changed it to daylight robbery. In the end, not only did the daylight robbery fail, the mysterious merchant was also unharmed. And on the same day, a huge star without life flew over from the starry sky and directly shattered Moon Hunt's divine kingdom. Moon Hunt's true god died in the divine kingdom, not long after its divine kingdom faction had also disappeared. No other force dared to attack the mysterious merchant since then. The group of mysterious merchant had also become one of the taboos that everyone knew. However, the living beings of the high continent also understood the temper of this group of vendors. They could not be bothered to attack other factions as long as the others did not take the initiative to provoke them. It was as if they existed specifically for trade. What do they sell? Elizariel asked. They're all very ordinary goods. Molt said. Then don't worry about them. Oh yes. How's the human lord with the second-generation blood fire arrow elf? Elizariel asked. He's doing great. He should be one of the strongest amongst his race. Tomorrow is the novice lord test arranged by the supreme will for them. As long as he doesn't have a death wish, it shouldn't be difficult to pass the test. Molt said respectfully. Keep the elves watching them. When his lord faction is destroyed, protect the second-generation bloodfire arrow elf and bring her back. Elizariel said indifferently. Ever since the Void Mask concealed Jojo's information and rendered divination useless, they had specially paid a price to teleport some elves who were doing intelligence work to the vicinity of Blazing Sun City in order to continue obtaining information about Jojo and the others. They did not ask for too much information. As long as they could obtain some basic information and confirm whether this human lord was dead or alive, as well as ensure the safety of the second-generation bloodfire arrow elf, it would be fine. This way, even the Void Mask could not stop them. A moment later, Molt took her leave. Come out, Elizariel said indifferently. As soon as she finished speaking, an elf with long fiery red hair and a fire mark at the corner of her eyes walked out from behind in embarrassment. It was the first-generation bloodfire arrow elf, Nadia. She had already been revived. Your Majesty, she said respectfully and carefully. You heard her. The human lord you care about isn't dangerous, and is doing well. He has a high chance of passing the Supreme Will's Novice Lord test. Don't let him distract you. Don't forget, the Empire paid a huge price to revive you from the River of Time. Everything you have now was given to you by the Empire. What you need to do now is to focus on receiving the Empire's nurturing and grow as quickly as possible. We need you to fight for the Elven Empire as soon as possible. Elizariel stared at her. This subordinate has a wish to fulfill. As long as this wish is fulfilled, I'm willing to fight for the Empire my entire life until my death. Nadia suddenly knelt down and said, What is your wish? Elizariel asked. This subordinate wants to see the Lord of the Blazing Sun pass the Novice Lord test with my own eyes. Nadia whispered. I remember that you met him a few times just because of the hero inheritance, right? You've only revived today. Why isn't your heir the first thing that you are bothered about after you were resurrected? Why are you so concerned about that human lord? Elizariel said indifferently. Nadia remained silent. A few seconds later, she replied, Before I came back to life, My mark of fate has been drifting in the river of time. I appeared in front of the Lord of the blazing sun because of the time ruins. At that time, I only had memories before I died. There. I've experienced the destruction of Ender again and again. The Lord of the blazing sun wiped this subordinate's tears and told me that I had already done very well. He had already helped me save all the members of the Guardian team. Every time he entered the time ruins, he'd do it to me. So, I just want to see him in reality. That's all, Nadia said. Elizariel didn't say anything. A moment later, remember what you said, she said. Thank you, Your Majesty. Nadia was pleasantly surprised. Aurora Kingdom, Royal Palace. In a study room, the current king of the Aurora Kingdom, Li Yuangan, was looking at the memorial in his hand. His hair was already white after being the king for 50 to 60 years. However, his eyes were bright, steady, and powerful. An imposing aura emanated from his body. Anyone who saw such an old man would feel that he could govern the Aurora Kingdom for another 50 years. A moment later, he put down the memorial. The Lord of the Blazing Sun. He actually unified a black iron tier area in just 7 days. There seems to be a hero beside him. Even Zhang Yuanqi went to his place. I think Zhao Changshu is with him too. Wu Xian seems to have run over to him too. The younger generation will surpass us in time. Li Yuangan lamented. What should I reward him with? If he wants Aurora crystals, we can give him the authority to trade Aurora crystals. But the reward alone doesn't seem to accord him the due respect. He looked thoughtful. At this moment, the waiter outside the door brought in another memorial. Your Majesty, an urgent message from Fish Spring Town. The attendant said respectfully. Li Yuangan took the memorial. He opened it and raised his eyebrows. The mysterious merchant has appeared in Fish Spring Town? Fortunately, they didn't sell anything good. Otherwise, my tiny Aurora Kingdom won't be able to withstand the torment of external forces. He breathed a sigh of relief. The goods sold by the mysterious merchant. If they had good commodities, it would definitely attract the competition of experts from all over. That was because to experts it was their opportunity. As for the local lords, that would be a disaster. The local lords could not afford to offend any one of these experts after all. After these experts left, what was left for the local lords was most likely a mess. He came back to his senses. He thought of the Lord of the Blazing Sun. Tomorrow is their novice lord test. Let's see how far he can go. If he can perform very well in the novice lord test, in the future Lord of all races contest, my Aurora Kingdom might be able to help him advance further. Li Yuangan was deep in thought. Time passed quickly. In the blink of an eye, the sky had already darkened. Blazing Sun City. In the Lord's courtyard. In the bathtub in the bathroom. Zhou Zhou, who had taken off all his clothes, was lying quietly in the bathtub, circulating the dark water mystic technique to increase his strength. A moment later, feeling that he had reached the limit of his diving time, he came out of the bathtub. After drying his body, Zhou Zhou put on his clothes and sat down in the living room. Even though the dark water mystic technique can allow one to obtain promotion energy without killing, it's a drop in the bucket compared to the promotion energy I need in my body. It's far inferior to thousands of soldiers killing together and giving me more promotion energy. Under such circumstances, I can obtain higher-level martial arts manuals to increase my efficiency in obtaining promotion energy. Or I can only be patient and rely on accumulation to obtain promotion energy. Zhou Zhou thought to himself. The dark water mystic technique was not bad. However, it would probably take a long time if he wanted to rely on it to advance his realm. Nonetheless, he did not lose his patience. He had nothing to do in the territory. He just had to practice slowly. In any case, it would not affect the promotion energy that the soldiers obtained from killing. He would take it as earning extra income from the promotion energy. At this moment, my lord, I, Zhao Changshu, have something to report. The wall has been completed. Zhao Changshuo's happy voice came from outside. Zhou Zhou's eyes lit up. He immediately walked out of the Lord's courtyard and came to the city wall with Zhao Changshuo. He looked at the city wall. At this moment, the sand crystal city wall was very different from the previous one. The most obvious change was, in the past, the sand crystal city wall was only 1 meter wide. It was not convenient to walk on the city wall. And now, the sand crystal city wall has been strengthened and thickened a lot. It now appeared to be narrow at the top and wide at the bottom. The bottom of the city wall was more than 10 meters wide, and the topmost city wall was also 5 to 6 meters wide. Given this width of the city wall, even if the cannons bombarded it, they could only create a small hole on the surface of the city wall. If it landed on the surface of the city wall that was mixed with sand crystal, they might not even be able to create a small hole. As for the width of the city wall, even if 4 rows of soldiers walked side by side, it would still feel very spacious. Other than that, Zhao Changshuo also built a slope inside the city wall. He called this slope the horse path. Its main function was to facilitate the transportation of soldiers, rations, and arms from the city walls. Even cavalrymen could also use the horse path to ride directly from the city wall to the city wall. In addition, the horse path was built on the inside of the city wall. It was also conducive to strengthening the city wall. Moreover, it was easy and fast to make. In short, there were many benefits. Apart from the change in the thickness of the city wall, there was another important change. The number of Aurora towers on the city wall had increased. Originally, there was only 1 Aurora tower on the city wall. Later on, Zhou Zhou gave Zhao Changshuo 1,091 green bronze tier Aurora crystals and 10 yellow gold tier Aurora crystals as mission rewards. Zhao Changshuo used a large number of basic materials and mist cores to build another 6 green bronze tier advanced grade Aurora towers and 1 yellow gold tier elementary grade Aurora tower with their help. There were already 8 Aurora towers full of energy on the city wall. Even if a white platinum tier fog monster dared to attack Blazing Sun City, the 8 Aurora towers could directly turn it into a corpse. Zhou Zhou saw this and a smile appeared on his face again. These 8 Aurora towers, coupled with such a thick city wall, provided him with the confidence to fight for the one and only supreme reward. "I've something to report, my lord." The thickened sand crystal city wall consumed more than 3 million units of basic materials and all the sand crystals in our current inventory. The horse path is made of sand, all made from local materials. As for the 7 newly built Aurora towers, a total of 96,000 units of basic materials, 600 green bronze tier mist cores, 600 green bronze tier Aurora crystals, 10 yellow gold tier mist cores, and 10 yellow gold tier Aurora crystals were consumed. Zhao Changshuo reported. "It's fine. It doesn't matter how much you consumed. I need these things that Elder Zhao built for me." Zhou Zhou smiled. Resources and the mist cores were meant to be spent. There was no point in saving them, especially when the Novice Lord test was about to arrive. He should spend them and exchange them for something that could increase the probability of passing the Novice Lord test and fighting for the only supreme reward. Only then would it be meaningful. Zhou Zhou was clear about this. Zhao Changshuo smiled. To be able to meet a lord who trusted and understood them like Zhou Zhou was also a blessing to people like them. "Elder Zhao, thank you for the past 2 days." Zhou Zhou said sincerely to Zhao Changshuo. It was all because Elder Zhao was working non-stop and the hard work of all the subjects over the past 2 days that the current results were achieved. Among them, Elder Zhao had definitely contributed greatly. "This is just my duty. My lord, you don't have to thank me," Zhao Changshuo said. "Elder Zhao, go back and have a good rest. My Blazing Sun City will not fail tomorrow's test," Zhou Zhou said seriously. Zhao Changshuo looked at Zhou Zhou. Gradually, a relieved smile appeared on his face. "It's rare to see my lord so confident in your promise. Now, the sacrifices that I and all the subjects have made in the past 2 days are truly meaningful." He sighed. A text notification appeared in front of Zhou Zhou as soon as he finished speaking. "Your subject's Zhao Changshuo's loyalty has increased to 100 points. He has become your dead loyal subject." Zhou Zhou was stunned. Then he saw Zhao Changshuo bow respectfully to him. Then this subordinate will go back and rest, he said respectfully. Zhou Zhou acknowledged. Zhao Chongshou turned around and left with a faint smile on his face. Zhou Zhou watched him return to his own residence before he returned to the Lord's courtyard and put on the outfit of the new wind ceremony. Then, he found a deserted place to practice flying with it. He only stopped when Wu Tu returned with the scouts. Zhou Zhou flew down from the sky and landed in front of Wu Tu, who was covered in dust. Wu Tu looked at this scene in shock. However, he did not forget his duty. He immediately took out a map and handed it to Zhou Zhou respectfully. My lord, I've already scouted the entire desolate Gobi with my team members. I also drew a map of the desolate Gobi. This is the regional map of the desolate Gobi. Zhou Zhou took it and glanced at it. Then he raised his eyebrows. That was because apart from a few Scarlet Lords, he also saw a Kobold tribe in the desolate Gobi. Zhou Zhou looked at the special note beside him. After knowing that the Kobold tribe was not strong, he stopped paying attention to them. Let's ignore them for now. Naturally, the Novice Lord test happening the next day was more important. However, when the Novice Lord test ended, he could lead troops to conquer this Black Iron Tier territory with this regional map of the desolate Gobi. He would clear the safety hazards around Desolate City for a commercial city under his command in the future. Well done. Zhou Zhou praised Wu Tu. Wu Tu chuckled. I'll draw up a regional map of Thorn Dune tomorrow, he said. Something big will happen in the territory tomorrow. Don't go out. It's not too late for you to go out when tomorrow's business is over, Zhou Zhou said. Wu Tu was stunned, but he agreed without asking further. After that, Zhou Zhou chatted with Wu Tu for a while before he got Wu Tu to bring the soldiers back. Zhou Zhou practiced flying here for a while. After feeling that he could completely control the flying ability of the new wind ceremony, he returned to the Lord's courtyard in satisfaction. It was already very late. Zhou Zhou had no intention of continuing to be busy. He lay on the bed and quietly thought about tomorrow. The Novice Lord test is tomorrow. The opportunity to check my development results in the past few days is here, he thought calmly. He thought back to the developments in the past 7 days. He could already pat his chest and say that he had done his best. Even if something really happened, he would not blame himself or anyone else. Rest, focus your spirit and prepare for tomorrow's Novice Lord test. At this thought, Zhou Zhou closed his eyes and quickly fell asleep. The next day, the sun had not fully risen yet, so the sky was still a little dark. In the master bedroom of the Lord's courtyard, Zhou Zhou opened his eyes. The look in his eyes quickly changed from just waking up to full of vigor. All his fatigue was swept away. Zhou Zhou opened the world channel. Current countdown: 2 hours, 12 minutes, 7 seconds. Another 2 hours, Zhou Zhou said softly. Then, he looked at the other lords' comments below it. Even though it was still early, there were already a large number of lords on the Cerulean planet online. The number of lord posts appearing on the world channel could be said to be huge. Tens of millions of posts were refreshed every second. Zhou Zhou had no choice but to slow down the refresh speed to see what they were talking about. Brothers and sisters, it's the 8th day. There are still a little more than 2 hours before the Novice Lord test. I'm suddenly so nervous. Come on. I'm thinking about the posture when I die later. As long as I can pass this Novice Lord test, I will definitely soar. Brothers and sisters, I thought I wouldn't be afraid previously, but I'm really afraid now. I'm going to give up my Lord status and change my occupation to become an adventurer. I wish you all a bright future. When you're rich in the future, I'll go to your place and be an adventurer's fighter. I hope you won't despise me when the time comes. Sai, it's not certain who will be rich in the future. Life has a dream. Each of us will head on different paths. Brothers and sisters of the Alliance, calm down. When the big shots solve their Novice Lord test, they will come and help everyone. It will all depend on today's Novice Lord test if we will become dragons or worms. Charge. Brothers, stop charging. I'm panicking now. Zhou Zhou didn't see any valuable information, so he closed the world channel. He got up and washed up. Then, He put on the new wind ceremony and walked out of the Lord's courtyard. He came to the gate of summoning and prepared to summon today's subjects. A text notification appeared. Prompt: do you want to summon immediately? Yes, Jojo said. As soon as he finished speaking, the gate of summoning suddenly lit up with an even brighter white light. Then, 66 people walked out. Greetings, my lord. When the 66 people came out and saw Jojo, they immediately knelt down and greeted him respectfully. Welcome to Blazing Sun City. Jojo smiled and nodded. Then, he checked the personal information of these 66 people. There were a total of 10 professionals among these 66 people. Among them were 2 green bronze tier advanced grade cavalrymen, 3 green bronze tier intermediate grade blacksmiths, 1 green bronze tier elementary grade tailor, 1 black iron tier advanced grade carpenter, and 3 black iron tier intermediate grade doctors. Jojo nodded slightly. He even laughed out loud when he saw 2 green bronze tier advanced grade cavalrymen. He had 8,132 military professionals under him, but there was only 1 cavalryman and 1 spearman. Every time he went out to fight, there would be a sea of sword shield soldiers, poison crossbow soldiers, and elemental archers, but the lone cavalryman and spearman formed a team. It looked rather awkward. There were finally 3 cavalrymen. As for the spearmen, let nature take its course. After that, Jojo got the 2 cavalrymen to report to Bai Yi. The remaining people asked them to look for Zhang Yuanqi and let him arrange the place. Then Jojo brought Nazario, Bai Yi, and the other 98 people to enter the time ruins. When he entered the time ruins, a line of text suddenly appeared in front of him. The River of Time has undergone a special change. The content of the time mission has changed. Then, a mission interface that looked the same as before but had actually changed appeared in front of Jojo. Time Mission 1. Eliminating the enemy did not change much. However, Time Mission 2. Protection of the ally had changed from protect the last 13 elven elemental archers in Ender Town to protect the last 12 elven elemental archers in Ender Town. Jojo frowned slightly when he saw this change. Soon, Jojo suddenly realized something when they found the 12 surviving elemental archers. The 13th elemental archer that wasn't around was Nadia. What happened? Jojo was surprised. He had a vague guess in his heart. However, he was not too sure. In the end, he could only let it go. After all, it was related to the concept of the River of Time. No matter what changes happened to the time ruins was not something he could interfere with now. He could only accept this change. Fortunately, this was not a big loss for him. The number of elven elemental archers he could obtain every day would reduce from 13 to 12 at worst. Half an hour later, after completing 2 time missions, they walked out of the time ruins with all their loot. Then, Jojo brought 384 elemental archers recruitment books to the gate of summoning and summoned 384 black iron tier elementary grade elemental archers recruits. This raised the total number of soldiers under his command to 8,526. Putting aside the 1,000 people in Desolate City, he would have 7,526 people to face the Novice Lord test. As for the 5,000 monsters nurtured in the monster ranches today, he would not lead the troops to clean them up. These monsters were left to Mugu to command and for him to protect himself. A moment later, outside Blazing Sun City, in the distance, 200 humans dragged their families and luggage over from afar. They soon arrived outside Blazing Sun City's Novice Lord protection barrier. They said that they wanted to see the Lord of the Blazing Sun and hoped to join Blazing Sun City and become its official subjects. The soldiers at the city gate naturally could not make such a decision. After calming them down, they immediately ran over to report this matter to Jojo. 200 people? Jojo was stunned. Then he quickly reacted. Zhang Bowen's mission reward did include the submission of 200 Fish Springtown subjects. It should be this group of people. At the thought of this, Jojo immediately called Zhang Yuanqi and went outside the Novice Lord's protective barrier with the soldiers. When the 200 subjects saw Jojo, they immediately became excited. We have been yearning for you because of your reputation for a long time. Please allow us to become your subjects. My husband was killed by the purple scale murderfish. Thank you, Lord of the Blazing Sun, for eliminating these fog monsters. Sir, let us join your territory. Everyone looked at Zhou expectantly. 200 fish Springtown subjects request to join your territory and become your subjects. Do you agree? Zhou naturally agreed. Thank you for thinking so highly of me. I naturally welcome everyone to join Blazing Sun City. From now on, we're family. Zhou roared. Everyone immediately cheered. Then, Zhou asked Zhang Yuanqi to take over these people and arrange their accommodation and work. When he saw these 200 people, he felt a little lucky. Fortunately, these people came at this time. If they happened to come during the Novice Lord test, Zhou could not guarantee that nothing would happen to them. In the time that followed, Zhou did not do anything else but let the soldiers and Nazario conserve their energy and wait for the next Novice Lord test. Nazario also knew that a great battle was waiting for it. It had always been lazy. Nonetheless, a faint dragon might came from its body even though it was still lying on the ground. The dragon eyes opened and closed. One could see the blazing dark red flames in its eyes and the terrifying will for destruction. Surging fire elemental energy surrounded it. It seemed to be ready to pour out at any time to eliminate all enemies who dare to stand in its way. Even the subjects and soldiers who usually dared to approach Nazario did not dare to approach it at this moment. More than an hour later, Zhou opened the World Channel. He realized that the Novice Lord test would begin in 3 minutes. 3 minutes later, Zhou stared at the final countdown. Countless lords of the myriad races were also staring at the final countdown in the entire high continent. Current countdown: 0 hours, 0 minutes, 12 seconds. Current countdown: 0 hours, 0 minutes, 11 seconds. Current countdown: 0 hours, 0 minutes, 8 seconds. Current countdown: 0 hours, 0 minutes, 3 seconds. Current countdown: 0 hours, 0 minutes, 2 seconds. Current countdown: 0 hours, 0 minutes, 1 second. Right at this moment, rumble, suddenly, the sky in all regions of the high continent changed drastically. Vast scarlet fog covered the sky. Scarlet lightning bolts interweaved in the scarlet fog in the sky like dense blood snakes. At this moment, the air became heavy. The world became extremely oppressive. Elven Empire Alanos, the original Elven Empress Elizariel, looked at the changes in the weather. Her expression was complicated. There was a hint of anticipation in the depths of her eyes. Lords, will there really be a lord of all races among you? She muttered to herself. Aurora Kingdom Royal Palace. Li Yuangon frowned as he looked at the sudden change in the weather. Then, he instructed the minister beside him. Get the lords of the various regions to appease the Aurora subjects in their region. At a time like this, don't let anything go wrong. Also, inform the lords at the border to be careful of the Taiyan kingdom, to prevent them from taking advantage of this opportunity to invade. Yes, Your Majesty, the minister said respectfully. Then he immediately passed down the order. In the starry sky, the divine kingdoms in the countless stars shone brightly. The god spirits who lived in the divine kingdom were also watching this novice lord test at this moment. At the same time, the countdown in the eyes of all the lords reached the end. Current countdown: 0 hours, 0 minutes, 0 second. Rumble. Rows of blood-colored text notifications appeared in front of the lords, accompanied by the earth-shattering scarlet thunder. The Novice Lord development period is over. The Novice Lord test has officially begun. I will now announce the rules of the Novice Lord test. The Novice Lord test this time is Scarlet Wave. Test Rule 1. In the following period of time, the territory of every lord of the myriad races will welcome wave after wave of attacks from the fog monsters. Fog monsters will be stronger and the interval of attacks will be longer with each wave. At the same time, the rewards after each round of attacks from the fog monsters will be more generous. Test Rule 2. When the fog monsters attack reaches the 6th round, You will be considered to have passed the Novice Lord test and obtain the qualifications to become an official Lord. You will also obtain the Basic Lord reward. Test Rule 3. This Novice Lord test will result in a Novice Lord ranking. The higher the ranking of the Lord who persists in the fog monster's attacks, the better the rewards obtained during the settlement. After the Novice Lord test ends, the Lord ranked first on the Novice Lord ranking will obtain the title of the strongest Novice Lord and the highest reward personally given by the Supreme Will. Test Rule 4. When the Lord advances to the 6th round of fog monster attacks, the Lord can choose to enter the Ultimate Challenge mode and accept more rounds of fog monster attacks to increase his ranking on the Novice Lord rankings. May all the Lords successfully pass this Novice Lord test and become official Lords of the High Continent. Obtain the qualifications to compete for the slot of the Lord of all races and reach the final position. Prompt. In 10 minutes, the new Lords will welcome the first round of the Scarlet Wave's fog monster attack. Please be prepared. The next second, Zhou saw the Novice Lord protection barrier that had protected Blazing Sun City's territory for 7 days slowly disappeared. It is not until now that we, the Lords, have officially begun to face the dangers of the High Continent. Zhou thought to himself when he saw this. Then, he came back to his senses and carefully checked the rules of this Novice Lord test. A moment later, the rules are easy to understand. But it's actually not that easy. We'll have to experience it personally in the next fog monster attack. Zhou was deep in thought. At this moment, 2 notifications sounded. The Novice Lord ranking has been activated. You can check the current ranking of the Lords by chanting silently. The Novice Lord ranking. Zhou muttered to himself. Then, a blood-colored virtual ranking list appeared in front of him. There were 100 Lords on the blood-colored virtual rankings. He didn't recognize any of them. At the bottom were the current number of pages. 181st, 231, 212, page. Zhou silently recited his Lord title. The page immediately refreshed. Soon, he found himself ranked at 3, 615, 421, 542th. He shook his head and closed the Novice Lord ranking. Then he followed Horsepath and walked to the city wall. Greetings, my lord, by Wu Xin and Zhang Tsong. The 3 Blazing Sun Army Deputy Legion commanders immediately greeted Zhou respectfully when they saw him. Zhou acknowledged. Then, he looked at the defense on the city wall. At this moment, the 4 walls were already filled with soldiers. Among them were 1,000 poison crossbow soldiers, 1,000 elemental archers, and 1,000 sword shield soldiers. 2,000 long-range soldiers were responsible for shooting at enemies from afar. The 1,000 sword shield soldiers were in charge of dealing with the enemies who tried to climb up the city wall. There were still 4,523 soldiers under the city wall. They could climb up the city wall through the horse path at any time to support and change the defense. The 8 Aurora Towers were already in activation mode. They could kill enemies in the distance at any time. When Zhou saw this, he felt slightly relieved. In their preparation plan, if an enemy attacked, their first line of defense was the Sand Crystal City walls and the long-range professionals. After the long-range soldiers ran out of ammunition and food, the sword shield soldiers and Pudeo soldiers, these 2 types of melee professionals, would be the second line of defense. They would charge out of the city wall and engage the enemy in close combat to stop the enemy from charging into the city. If a large number of enemies appeared, the 8 Aurora Towers would activate Ray mode and launch a ranged attack on the enemy, destroying a large-scale enemy as the 3rd defensive line. Finally, there was Nazario, a pure-blooded white silver-tier intermediate-grade dragon. Its mission was very simple. It would participate in the entire battle, specifically killing high combat units among the enemies or destroying the war machines that might appear. This was their initial plan. After the actual battle, Wu Xin and the others would make changes according to the specific situation. Zhou said nothing. He silently looked into the distance, waiting for the incoming enemy. At the same time, the territory of the Dragon Lady Lord. On the 10-meter-tall normal wall, more than 100 human professionals were standing guard. Under the wall, 6 green bronze-tier advanced grade wyverns roared from time to time. The Dragon Lady Lord stood at the side and comforted them while looking into the distance, waiting for the first round of fog monsters to arrive. The day has finally come. The Dragon Blood Queen is my talent. But starting today, it will also become a title for me. At this moment, as a woman, not only was the Dragon Lady Lord not afraid, her eyes were actually full of vigor. The Overlord Lord's territory. Xiang Shuaba sat on a huge rock and used a stone knife to grind his fingernails calmly. Beside him, a 5-meter-long Overlord spear stood on the ground. Their sizes were in stark contrast. It looked completely asymmetrical. Xiang Shuaba exuded a domineering aura, yet the scene in front of him was incomparably harmonious. As for this green bronze tier advanced grade Overlord spear, it was forged by a lord in the Overlord Association who had a green bronze tier advanced grade blacksmith. The price was, he would protect this lord in the future. This was naturally easy for him. My lord, the soldiers have already hidden the subjects. A skinny subject ran over and reported to Xiang Shuaba. Xiang Shuaba nodded and continued to polish his nails. My lord, I heard from you that something big will happen today. Is there anything I can help you with? The subject asked. Xiang Shuaba thought for a while and said, Get me wine and meat. I'll come and have a bite when I'm hungry. The subject was stunned. Don't you need soldiers to help? He asked boldly. I alone am enough. Yes, my lord. Undead Lord's territory. On the 10-meter-tall, dilapidated wall. Zhang Han, who had a dark expression, looked into the distance with a calm expression. He could sense it. The aura of life forms that he hated was approaching. Get ready to kill. His voice was hoarse. Yes, my lord. A group of faint voices sounded. Below the wall. 1 green bronze tier advanced grade Death Knight, 10 green bronze tier intermediate grade Malefice, 50 green bronze tier elementary grade Skeleton Generals, 200 black iron tier advanced grade Skeleton Archers, 500 black iron tier intermediate Skeleton Axemen, 1000 black iron tier elementary grade Skeleton Swordsmen. They were standing there quietly, ready to fight at any time. Blazing Sun City. 10 minutes later, a blood-colored notification appeared in front of Zhou. The first round of fog monsters has appeared. Lord, please be prepared. Enemy has appeared. A soldier immediately warned loudly on the guard tower. He didn't need to say anything. The others saw it too. In the distance, a scarlet fog that was more than 10 meters tall surged towards Blazing Sun City like a wave. The scarlet fog gradually dissipated as it got closer. Enemies emerged from the fog. They were 5 fog monsters that looked like giant wolves. They were more than 2 meters tall and more than 4 meters long. They had ferocious purple claws. There were no other organs on their faces, only a vertical purple eye. Zhou looked at it. A monster notification appeared. Monster name, Demon Eye Wolf, Strength Level. Black Iron Tier Elementary Grade. Monster Description. The first round of the Novice Lord test, Fog Monsters. Kill them and you can obtain the first round of the Novice Lord Treasure Chest. Loot's drop rate, 2 black Iron Tier Mist Cores. Drop rate, 100%. 1 black Iron Tier Basic Materials Pack. Drop rate, 5%. There was nothing to say about such a weak monster. Bai Yi ordered the 30 poison crossbow soldiers to fire in unison when they entered the range of the poison crossbow soldiers. These 5 low-level black iron demon eye wolves died on the way to attack the city. A text notification appeared. Prompt 1. You have defeated the first round of fog monsters and obtained the first round of Novice Lord Treasure Chest. Prompt 2. In 10 minutes, the second round of fog monsters will appear near your territory and will attack your territory. Please be prepared for battle. A treasure chest with the length, width, and height of 1 meter appeared in front of Zhou out of thin air. The treasure chest was completely black and had the word 1 written on the lid. Zhou looked at it curiously. An item information notification appeared. Novice Lord Treasure Chest. 1. It contains the reward for passing the first round of fog monster attack. He opened it. Inside was a squarish black iron package. Item name, Basic Resource Pack, Item Level, Black Iron Tier, item effect. After opening it, you can obtain 100 units of stone, 100 units of wood, 100 units of metal, 100 units of fine sand, 100 kilograms of water bag, and 100 kilograms of rice. Item description: Black Iron Tier Basic Resource Pack. There is a batch of basic resources stored inside. Zhou? Didn't he see it in the loot drop rate of the Demon Eye Wolf too? Could it be that the attacking fog monsters had a chance of dropping the same item as the Novice Lord treasure chest? At this moment, Bai Yi had already gotten someone to open the city gate and bring back the 5 Demon Eye Wolf corpses and arrows. Zhou retrieved their loot. He obtained a total of 10 Black Iron Tier Mist Cores and 5 Black Iron Tier Basic Resource Packs. He specially took a look at the contents of these 5 Black Iron Tier Basic Resource Bags. In the end, he realized that they were indeed identical to the Basic Resource Pack items in the treasure chest. Zhou fell into deep thought. It was too early to conclude anything. Let's see what happens to the subsequent fog monsters, he thought. He did not open the resource bags immediately. These resources were useless to the current situation after all. Therefore, he planned to use it after the test ended. Then, he opened the Novice Lord ranking and looked at his ranking. Lord of the Blazing Sun, 3,510,248,849th. He advanced by more than 100 million in ranking. Zhou closed the rankings. The first round of attack by the fog monsters was indeed relatively easy for most lords. 10 minutes later, a blood-colored notification appeared in front of Zhou. The second round of fog monsters has appeared. Lord, please be prepared. Another scarlet mist appeared in the distance as the soldier sounded the warning again. After the scarlet fog dissipated, 10 wild boars with black scales and ferocious tusks appeared in the distance. Among them were 8 Black Iron Tier Elementary Grade Normal Monsters and 2 Black Iron Tier Intermediate Grade Normal Monsters. Zhou looked at the 2 Black Iron Tier Intermediate Grade Wild Boars. Monster name: Black Scaled Boar. Strength level: Black Iron Tier Intermediate Grade. Monster description: The second round of the Novice Lord test. Fog monsters. If you kill them, you can obtain the second round of the Novice Lord treasure chest. Loot's drop rate: 4 Black Iron Tier Mist Cores. Drop rate: 100%. 2 Black Iron Tier Basic Materials Packs. Drop rate: 5%. 1 Gradeless Bowman Class Change Certificate. Drop rate: 0.1%. He then looked at the Black Scaled Boar's loot. He realized that it was exactly the same as the Demon Eye Wolf's loot. They were naturally not difficult for Zhou. These 10 black scaled boars were all dead after just 2 rounds fired by 50 poison crossbow soldiers. Prompt 1. You have defeated the second round of fog monsters and obtained the second round of Novice Lord treasure chest. Prompt 2. In 30 minutes, the third round of fog monsters will appear near your territory and will attack your territory. Please be prepared for battle. A new treasure chest appeared in front of Zhou. It was not much different from the previous treasure chest. It was just that the words on it changed from 1 to 2. Zhou opened the treasure chest. There were 5 Black Iron Tier Basic Resource Packs, 5 Gradeless Bowman Class Change Certificates, and 3 Black Iron Tier Intermediate Grade Bowman Recruitment Books. Then he extracted the spoils of war of the 10 Black Scaled Boars. He obtained a total of 24 Black Iron Tier Mist Cores, 12 Black Iron Tier Basic Resource Packs, 2 Gradeless Bowman Class Change Certificates. Then, he handed the 3 Bowman Recruitment Books to Bai Yi and asked her to use them at the Gate of Summoning. Soon, Bai Yi returned with 3 Black Iron Tier Elementary Grade Bowmen who joined the soldiers on the city wall. Zhou opened the Novice Lord ranking again. Lord of the Blazing Sun, 3,354,517,816th. This time, he had advanced by more than 200 million places. He closed the rankings and opened the world channel to see the reactions of the other lords. He realized that most lords could accept the current difficulty. However, a very small number of lords expressed that they were about to reach their limits. These lords were either lords who had not developed well in the past 7 days and had even suffered losses because they went out to hunt, or they were unlucky and did not summon many military professionals from the gate of summoning. They were very weak when facing the attacks of monsters. Luck is also part of the novice lord test. Zhou realized. In the early stages, lords who could summon more military professionals from the gate of summoning would indeed be much better off than lords summoning more life professionals. He stopped thinking about it and quietly waited for the third round of attacks from the fog monsters. 30 minutes later, the third round of fog monsters has appeared. Lord, please be prepared. The next second, scarlet fog appeared again in the distance. After the scarlet fog dissipated, 25 monsters appeared in front of them. Among them were 15 black iron tier elementary grade normal monsters, 8 black iron tier intermediate grade normal monsters, and 2 black iron tier advanced grade elite monsters. They looked like tigers with scarlet eyes. Their bodies were black and purple, and there were black and purple stripes on their bodies. The black stripes seemed to be burning with black and purple flames. The black-purple fire on their bodies swayed as their movements changed. After they appeared, they let out furious roars as they rushed towards Blazing Sun City. Bai got the crossbowmen to prepare for battle. Zhou took this opportunity to check the information of the strongest monster among them. Monster name: Black Fire Fog Tiger Elite, Strength Level, Black Iron Tier Advanced Grade. Monster description: the third round of the Novice Lord test fog monsters. If you kill them, you can obtain the third round of the Novice Lord treasure chest. Loot's drop rate: 8 black iron tier mist cores. Drop rate: 100%. 4 black iron tier basic materials pack. Drop rate: 5%. 1 gradeless basic military profession change certificate big gift bag. Drop rate: 1%. Zhou raised his eyebrows at the end. A big gift bag? Zhou was deep in thought. Then, he looked at the other black fire fog tigers. The black iron tier intermediate grade black fire mist tiger only dropped 4 black iron tier mist cores, 2 black iron tier basic resource packs, and 1 basic military profession change certificate. The black fire fog tiger only dropped 2 black iron tier mist cores and 1 black iron tier basic resource pack. These 25 black fire fog tigers were killed by 2 rounds of volleys from the 100 poison crossbow soldiers in no time. Prompt 1. You have defeated the third round of fog monsters and obtained the third round of Novice Lord treasure chest. Prompt 2. The fourth round of fog monsters will appear near your territory and will attack your territory in an hour. Please be prepared for battle. The Novice Lord treasure chest from the third round appeared in front of Zhou. He opened it. There were 10 black iron tier basic resource packs, 1 gradeless basic military profession change certificate big gift bag, 1 black iron tier advanced grade basic military recruitment books big gift bag. There was no need to mention the basic resource pack. Zhou looked at the remaining 2 rewards. Item name: Basic military profession change certificate big gift bag. Item level: gradeless. Item effect: after opening it, you can obtain 3 gradeless sword shield soldier class change certificates, 3 gradeless Pudeo soldiers class change certificates, 3 gradeless spearman class change certificates, 3 gradeless bowman class change certificates, and 3 gradeless crossbowman class change certificates. Item description: 1 gradeless basic military profession change certificate gift bag. After opening it, you can obtain 15 mainstream basic military profession change certificates. Item name: Basic soldier recruitment books big gift bag. Item level: Black iron tier advanced grade. Item effect: after opening it, you can obtain 1 black iron tier advanced grade sword shield soldier recruitment book, 1 black iron tier advanced grade Pudeo soldiers recruitment books, 1 black iron tier advanced grade spearman recruitment books, 1 black iron tier advanced grade bowman recruitment books, and 1 black iron tier advanced grade crossbowman recruitment books. Item description: 1 black iron tier advanced grade basic soldier recruitment books gift bag. After opening it, you can obtain 5 mainstream basic soldier recruitment books. This big gift bag is not bad, Zhou acknowledged. Then, the corpses of the 25 black fire fog tigers were also sent over. After Zhou extracted their spoils of war, he obtained a total of 78 Black Iron Tier Mist Cores, 39 Black Iron Tier Basic Resource Packs, 8 Gradeless Basic Military Profession Change Certificates, 2 Gradeless Basic Military Profession Change Certificate Big Gift Bags. If only I could cultivate them with monster ranches. Zhou looked at the loots and couldn't help but smack his lips. If his monster ranch could breed them, then the basic soldiers in his territory would be complete. Unfortunately, he would not be able to complete the beginner test if he kept this monster. Naturally, he would not do such a stupid thing. Then, Zhou opened the Novice Lord ranking and looked at his ranking. Lord of the Blazing Sun. 2, 845, 651, 122. This time, he directly advanced by more than 500 million places. He glanced at the total number of pages below. Then his heart sank. 28,456, 511/80, 230, 975, page. I've advanced over 1 million pages. This also means more than 100 million lords have already failed and are excluded from the Novice Lord ranking. Are they all dead? Zhou took a deep breath. It was only halfway through. There were still 3 more terrifying monster attacks that had yet to begin. How many lords of the Cerulean planet would die during this process? At this moment, Bai Yi had already brought the 5 newly recruited basic soldiers to the Blazing Sun army to participate in the attack of the fog monsters. An hour later, the 4th round of fog monsters has appeared. Lord, please be prepared. Scarlet waves appeared in the distance again. After the scarlet wave dissipated, 10 5-meter-tall red elephants appeared in front of everyone. Zhou looked at them. He realized that they were all elite monsters of the Black Iron Tier Advanced grade. Furthermore, all of them had thick skin. Its defense was clearly incomparable to the previous monsters. Their loots were also changed. Monster name: Bloodhoof Elephant, Strength Level, Black Iron Tier Advanced grade. Monster description: Fog monster in the 4th round of the Novice Lord test. If you kill them, you can obtain the 4th round of Novice Lord treasure chest. Loots drop rate: 8 Black Iron Tier Mist Core, drop rate 100%. 4 Black Iron Tier Basic Materials Pack, drop rate 5%. 1 Gradeless Basic Military Profession Change Certificate Big Gift Bag, drop rate 1%. 1 Black Iron Tier Advanced Grade Basic Military Recruitment Books Big Gift Bag, drop rate 1%. 1 Black Iron Tier Advanced Grade Lifestyle Professional Recruitment Books Big Gift Bag, drop rate 1%. Bai Yi's expression remained calm when she saw this scene. She gathered 300 poison crossbow soldiers and 300 elemental archers together. Then they began to shoot arrows at the 10 Black Iron Tier Advanced Grade Bloodhoof elephants. Whoosh, 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 whoosh. 300 poison bolts and 300 fire vine arrows transformed into a rain of arrows that descended from the sky and landed around the 10 Bloodhoof elephants. 6 Bloodhoof elephants were instantly killed and fell to the ground accompanied by their wails. The other 4 Bloodhoof elephants were also injured, but they could still charge towards the city wall. Bai Yi gave another order without hesitation and got the 600 soldiers to launch another volley. After a rain of arrows, the 4 Bloodhoof elephants also lost their vitality and fell to the ground. Prompt 1. You have defeated the 4th round of fog monsters and obtained the 4th round of Novice Lord treasure chest. Prompt 2. The 2nd round of fog monsters will appear near your territory and will attack your territory in an hour and a half. Please be prepared for battle. The 4th Novice Lord treasure chest appeared out of thin air in front of him. Zhou opened the treasure chest. Inside were 1 Green Bronze Tier Basic Resource Pack, 1 Gradeless Basic Military Profession Change Certificate Big Gift Bag, 1 Black Iron Tier Advanced Grade Basic Soldier Recruitment Books Big Gift Bag, 1 Black Iron Tier Advanced Grade Professionals Recruitment Books Big Gift Bag, 1 Black Iron Tier Mist Core Big Gift Bag. There was no need to mention the Gradeless Basic Military Profession Change Certificates and the Black Iron Tier Advanced Grade Recruitment Books. Zhou looked at the other 3 new rewards. Item name: Basic Resource Pack, Item Level. Green Bronze Tier Item Effect. After opening it, you can obtain 1,000 units of stone, 1,000 units of wood, 1,000 units of metal, 1,000 units of fine sand, 100 kilograms of water bag, 100 kilograms of rice, 100 units of 100 forged steel, 100 units of light silver. Item description: Green Bronze Tier Basic Resource Pack. It contains a batch of basic resources and some green bronze tier resources. The basic resources have all increased. As for the forged stainless steel and light silver, they should be green bronze tier resources, Zhou thought. He had heard Carter Kim, the yellow gold tier advanced grade gnome blacksmith, talk about these two materials. It was said to be an important material for forging some green bronze tier equipment. They would need a lot of them, especially when forging some green bronze tier equipment for high-level military professionals. Then, he looked at the other rewards. Item name: Life Professionals Recruitment Books Big Gift Bag. Item level: Black Iron Tier Advanced Grade. Item effect: After opening it, you can obtain 1 Black Iron Tier Advanced Grade Recruitment Book, 1 Black Iron Tier Advanced Grade Carpenter Recruitment Book, 1 Black Iron Tier Advanced Grade Tailor Recruitment Book, 1 Black Iron Tier Advanced Grade Architect Recruitment Book, 1 Black Iron Tier Advanced Grade Shipbuilder Recruitment Book, 1 Black Iron Tier Advanced Grade Doctor Recruitment Book. Item description: 1 Black Iron Tier Advanced Grade Professional Recruitment Books. After opening it, you can obtain 6 mainstream professional recruitment books. Zhou's eyes lit up. This big gift bag was not bad. He knew that recruitment books for lifestyle professionals and military professionals were completely different. The grade of the military professionals' recruitment books represented their potential. No matter how high his potential was, the professionals would only be at the Black Iron Tier elementary grade when he first summoned them. As for the lifestyle professionals' recruitment books, they represented the grades of professionals that were summoned. This gift bag represented 6 Black Iron Tier Advanced Grade Lifestyle Professionals. It was the shipbuilder recruitment book that made him speechless. As a lord of a desert territory, he would actually have a shipbuilder in his territory in the future. Zhou shook his head and stopped thinking about it. He looked at the last big gift bag. Item name: Mist Core Big Gift Bag. Item level: Black Iron Tier. Item effect: After opening it, you can obtain 500 Black Iron Tier Mist Cores. Item description: Black Iron Tier Mist Core Big Gift Bag. It contains some common currency of the High Continent. This Mist Core Big Gift Bag was the most useless to Zhou, but it was better than nothing. This time, Zhou did not look at his ranking again. He wanted to look at it after the 6th round of the Fog Monsters' offensive ended. At this moment, Bai also sent troops to pull these 10 blood-hoof elephants into the city. Zhou immediately extracted their loot. He obtained a total of 80 Black Iron Tier Mist Cores, 40 Basic Materials Packs, 10 Gradeless Basic Military Profession Change Certificate Gift Bags, 10 Black Iron Tier Advanced Grade Basic Military Recruitment Books, and 10 Black Iron Tier Advanced Grade Lifestyle Professionals Recruitment Books. Zhou was very satisfied with his gains this time. Just these 10 Black Iron Tier Advanced Grade Lifestyle Professionals Recruitment Books alone were enough to directly increase the number of Black Iron Tier Advanced Grade Lifestyle Professionals in his territory by 60. The reward in the treasure chest should have been the most valuable. However, my 100% drop rate has forcefully turned the items dropped by the monsters into the most valuable items. Zhou thought with a strange expression. But this was pretty good. It was equivalent to other lords only getting 1 treasure chest as a reward, while he could rely on the monster's loot to receive rewards several times more than the treasure chest. After that, he opened all 11 Black Iron Tier Advanced Grade Basic Military Recruitment Books and 11 Black Iron Tier Advanced Grade Lifestyle Professionals Recruitment Books. He obtained 55 Black Iron Tier Advanced Grade Basic Military Recruitment Books and 55 Black Iron Tier Advanced Grade Lifestyle Professionals Recruitment Books. He handed these to Bai and asked her to use them in front of the Gate of Summoning. Soon, another 55 Black Iron Tier Elementary Grade recruits had joined the Blazing Sun Army. At the same time, his territory had also gained 11 Black Iron Tier Advanced Grade Blacksmiths, 11 Black Iron Tier Advanced Grade Carpenters, 11 Black Iron Tier Advanced Grade Tailors, 11 Black Iron Tier Advanced Grade Builders, 11 Black Iron Tier Advanced Grade Shipbuilders, and 11 Black Iron Tier Advanced Grade Doctors. As for the other gift bags, they were not of much use to the current situation. Zhou still kept them. He would use them after the Novice Lord test ended. An hour and a half later, the 5th round of fog monsters has appeared. Lord, please be prepared.